In 1814, the British set fire to American democracy. Their troops burned the Capitol, the White House, which was then called the Presidential Mansion, and other government buildings. Some 200 years later, Donald Trump entered the White House. In the 4 years that followed, he systematically shredded American democracy. He tore the country apart. There are 4 pillars of every democracy: the legislature, the executive, the judiciary, and the press, and Donald Trump attacked all of them. He then waged war on elections, the very hallmark of a democracy. He called the entire process a fraud, demanded that the counting of votes be stopped. Donald Trump even tried to delegitimize the result. This president is the biggest challenge that American democracy has seen. And there was no way Trump was going to leave office without insulting the system too. What Washington, D.C. saw on the 6th of January was shocking, but not surprising. This was bound to happen. Look at the build-up. Donald Trump filed lawsuits against the election results, sent late-night champagne to official election canvassers, hosted them at Trump hotels, terrorized election workers with threats, tried bullying state governors. Donald Trump did everything he could to steal this election. And when all of this failed, he incited thugs into attacking the U.S. Capitol. He attempted a veritable coup. As early as October 2020, there were articles being written about how Trump may orchestrate to overthrow an elected government. And 3 months later, he tried exactly that. The sitting president of the United States of America attempted a coup d'etat. Trump violated his oath of office. He committed sedition. I know these are grave terms, but so are Donald Trump's actions. He made the U.S. Capitol look like 2018's Egypt. I'm talking about the time when the then Army Chief Abdel Fattah al-Sisi forcefully removed elected President Mohamed Morsi from office. Or the Sudan in 2019 when President Omar al-Bashir was overthrown. Zimbabwe 2017, Mali 2012, Niger 2010. These countries are not your textbook examples of democracy, but we have all studied the US political system as a case study for democracy, the world's oldest, perhaps the most celebrated too. A coup d'etat in the US Capitol is historic. Its only parallel is the 1898 Wilmington insurrection. That's when white supremacists overthrew a multicultural government in North Carolina. It's been more than a century since. While the US Capitol did come under attack, between then and now, never was it on the orders of a sitting president. In 1814, British forces burnt the Capitol. In 1915, the Senate reception room was bombed. 1954, the Capitol was attacked by 4 Puerto Rican nationalists. There were bombings in 1971 and 83 too. The airline that was headed towards the US Capitol on 9/11 never made it, thankfully. 2 decades later, the US president himself had the building attacked. What face will America show to other democracies? What about the challengers of democracy, the likes of China, Russia, and North Korea? What face will America show to these countries and the countries it invaded? The breakdown of law and order in the US has raised eyebrows globally. And after all the hurly-burly is done, after 4 people have died and democracy has been insulted, after America has become a laughingstock among its adversaries, Donald Trump says he will ensure a peaceful transfer of power. What does that mean anymore? This man is an insult to democracy. Donald Trump does not deserve to sit in the White House, not even for the remaining 2 weeks he has. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.